Have you ever stopped to think about what would happen if the Islamists won and their version of Sharia law was put into place? All you need to do is look at countries like Saudi Arabia, Iran, Sudan, and Somalia, and places like the Gaza Strip, and you'll see that those places are human rights disasters.
Across the world, we see that Christians are having a terrible time of it.
Christians in Iraq are deliberately targeted. The past 6 months alone, 7 priests have been kidnapped and 2 of them murdered.
All kinds of countries, we see Christians being persecuted, being oppressed, their churches being burned down, Christians being murdered, sometimes in very large number.
They were in the church for prayer when the car bomb went off.
Where there are Christian minorities and where there are Jewish minorities in any one of the countries where there is an Islamic majority, they are persecuted, they are overtaxed, they have to hide their religion.
Chand Islamic mulko mein, misal ke taur pe Saudi Arabia, etc. mein, propagation of any other religion is prohibited. Even construction of any place of worship is also prohibited.
In the homeland of Islam, Saudi Arabia, the Vatican of Islam, you're not allowed to build a church and you're not allowed to carry a Bible. It's both an offense.
और अल्लाह ताला फरमाते हैं सूरह इमरान सूरह 3 आयत नंबर 85 में कि इस्लाम के अलावा कोई भी बगैर मज़हब अल्लाह सुब्हानहू व तआला कबूल नहीं करेंगे। तो दीन के मामले में हम जानते हैं इस्लाम ही सिर्फ सही दीन है, इसीलिए हम दूसरे दीन का प्रोपगेशन अलाउ नहीं करते।
Look at the Taliban when they got into Afghanistan. They put out a fatwa to destroy the Buddha statues. That were there for hundreds of years and that were very valuable.
The Islamo-fascists who are attacking the world want to impose their beliefs on the world.
Not many people are aware of the fact that in Iran you'll find the so-called modesty police patrolling the streets. If women are caught wearing the wrong clothing, they could be fined or even arrested.
To women entering this shop in Tehran, a message saying all clothes sold here have been approved by the police. The length and size of coats, nothing too short, nothing too tight, and mostly in black. Women who shop here know there's no risk of getting a warning or being arrested for indecency.
لماذا تعاملوني كسيدة أنني ناقصة الهوية وهنالك دائما صوت ذكوريا يقرر لي ما يجب أن أكون عليه.
As a woman, if you, and all individuals are different, but if you are an individual woman with a strong character and you rebel against this kind of life, you run more than anyone else the risk of being beaten. Abused. Your spirit being killed by your own family, by your own loved ones.
ولا بد أن نعلم أن الضرب عقوبة شرعية. لا يملك إنسان أن ينكره، لأن الذي شرعها هو الذي خلق هذا الإنسان.
هو لا شك أن الضرب هو يعتبر وسيلة من وسائل الإصلاح.
قال لي أنا ماني جاي أضربك، أنا جاي أقتلك. ومسك في رقبتي وسدحني على الأرض، وبدأ يخنق فيها بنظرات يعني.
The peak, the pinnacle, the crest, the highest point, the pivot, the summit of Islam is jihad. This is our intention, brothers and sisters, that we want to have children and offer them as soldiers defending Islam. Put in their soft, tender heart the zeal of jihad and the love of shahada, the love of martyrdom.
Alhamdulillah, Muslimanan dasi ghat asbab پیدا کړل چې فدایي عملیات ځوانانو ځانونه تیار کړل.
We have to realize that we're facing a massive clash of values.
This 6-year-old sent by the Taliban to suicide bomb a police station.
Yes, we want to give children a military education. We want to train them against cruel invaders and infidels. So if we need them, they will join this struggle. We want to use children to behead infidels and spies, so they will become brave.
1 week, a home video showed up on the internet with children acting out a beheading scene. Later, a video clip from Pakistan showed a 12-year-old doing it for real, beheading a traitor to the Taliban. And more, we're seeing mothers whose highest aspiration is to send their children on jihad missions to die as martyrs.
Farahat has sent 3 of her sons on suicide missions. That's why her supporters call her Nadal, the mother of the struggle.
نضال تلك السيدة التي قدمت أبنائها طوعا لمقاومة المحتل.
أعددت هؤلاء الأبناء جميعا للجهاد في سبيل الله، سواء بعمليات سواء بأي شيء ممكن إنهم يجاهدوا.
حضرتك عندك 10 من الأبناء.
الحمد لله.
يعني انه حد تاني كمان يغتال او في موقع يذهب، ولا قلبك يعني امتلأ بالاحزان ما تقدريش تستحملي حاجه زي كده؟
لا الحمد لله، احنا مهيئين نفسنا. بقول لك انا لكل شيء، انا يعني مضحيه بالجميع. اذا كان يعني الواجب يعني بستدعي اني اقدمهم كلهم، والله لن ابخل حتى لو كانوا 100 ولد.
When you have Muslims who are willing to kill their own children for political advantages, wrap bomb on them and send them out. If you can kill your own children, what prevents you of killing my children? Or prevents you killing millions of children of other people?
The Muslim rebels in Chechnya that attacked, captured a school full of children, and then proceeded to slaughter the children when faced with certain death themselves, is a perfect example of what exactly will take place in this country.
Many families in Beslan are suffering the cruelest form of bereavement, the violent deaths of their children.
The real war is not a war against a bunch of terrorists. It's a war between the values of freedom and democracy and the values of barbarism. This is the real war that's happening now.
This is a determined and a radical enemy. We are in a battle for the very civilization and way of life that we believe